Some things you don't gotta explain. If you've been through it, if you lived it, if you know, you know, yeah. Started from the bottom where the lights stay low. Dreams in my pocket, but the world said no. Cold nights, grounded heart full of stone. Built my own lane, now the path is my throne. People talk loud, but they don't really see. Every scar on my soul built the man I be. Pressure makes diamonds, yeah, that's how it goes. Real ones understand, if you know, you know. Late nights, no sleep, chasing that glow. Pain in the past, but the fire still grows. Truth in the struggle, strength in the soul. You don't need words, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Through the fire and the rain we go. If you know, you know. From the shadows to the stage we glow. Raise your hands, let the whole world know. Some things only the real ones know. If you know, you know. Yeah, 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 yeah. Walking through storms where the thunder rolls. Life tried to break me, but I kept control. Every closed door turned into a road. Every dark night made the fire explode. Loyalty deep like a code we chose. Fake ones fade when the truth unfolds. We keep it real, that's the life we show. No explanation, if you know, you know. From the pain came power, from the doubt came pride. Every battle fought, every tear we cry. We rise like thunder, hear the crowd explode. This is more than music, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Through the struggle, the legends grow. If you know, you know. Turn the pain into rocket flow. Raise your voice, let the whole world know. Some things only the real ones know. If you know, you know. Yeah, yeah, no. Yeah. Some things you don't gotta
The phone rings. You answer it. And suddenly your night turns into a damn nightmare. You think you're safe. Nobody is safe tonight. The silence creeps across the floor. A shadow standing at the door. Cold breath hiding in the dark. Another victim, another mark. Your heartbeat racing in your chest. You pray tonight won't be your last. A whisper crawling through the line. I'm coming for you right on time. Run if you want. Scream if you try. But when the mask appears, you know you're gonna die!
Ghostface rising in the dead of night.
Laid in the dark where the fear ignites.
Hear the screams under blood-red skies.
Nobody escapes when Ghostface arrives.
Running through shadows, nowhere to
The
hide.
killer laughs while terror collides.
When the phone rings, say goodbye.
Ghostface lives!
Tonight you die.
Oh, street lights flicker, bodies fall. Bloody messages on the wall. Different killers wear the face, but the nightmare never leaves this place. Every sequel, every scream, another victim in the dream. A twisted game of fear and fate, and you just answered way too late.
You feel the panic in your veins, the terror driving you insane. The mask appears inside your mind.
Ghostface is always right behind.
Face rising in the dead of night.
Blade in the dark where the fear ignites.
Hear the screams on
lives.
Tonight you die.
Let me tell you something. This isn't just a killer. This is a legend built from fear. Every generation, someone new puts on the mask. And when they do, the screaming starts all over again.
Mask, blade, scream, run, hide, bleed. The horror never ends. Ghostface rising from the grave of fear. Hear the whispers drawing near.
Echoes of screams forever remain.
Ghostface rises again and again. Ghostface rising, hear the cry.
Under the moon where the victims
The
lie.
mask will haunt you till the end.
Ghostface lives again. Hello. What's your favorite scary movie?
Something in the dark is calling out my name. Every time the sun goes down, I feel the change. Heartbeat racing like a fire in my veins. Every moment turning pages in the flames. Electric in the air, I feel the tension rise. City lights reflecting deep inside your eyes. Lost between the shadows and the skyline glow. This is where the broken hearts ignite the show. I feel the energy burning inside of me. We're gonna set this free tonight. Let's light it up tonight, like a meteor burning through the sky. We won't fade into the night. With diamonds in the dark, we're gonna shine. Light it up tonight. Let the fire in our souls collide. We won't fall without a fight. So light it up tonight. Yeah. So light it up tonight. Turn the lights low, feel the bass in your chest. Every doubt in my head getting laid to rest. We were stuck in the shadows, living half alive. Now we're breaking through the dark just to finally rise. See the sparks in the sky like a signal flare. Every voice in the crowd saying we're still here. Every scar, every loss, turn the spark to a flame. Now the whole world's burning when they scream our name. We were lost in the noise, trying just to survive. Now the sound of the night makes the moment ignite. So we strike like lightning when the beat drops down. Turn the fear into fire when the world shuts down. The energy breaking the chains in me. We're gonna set this free tonight. Let's light it up tonight, like a meteor burning through the sky. We won't fade into the night. With diamonds in the dark, we're gonna shine. Light it up tonight. Let the fire in our souls collide. We won't fall without a fight. So light it up tonight. Your eyes shining through the night. Your voice pulling me to the light. My head keeps spinning. The world keeps shifting. But we won't disappear. Let's light it up tonight, like 1,000 stars across the sky. We won't fade into the night. We're burning brighter every time. Light it up tonight. Let the darkness finally ignite. We won't fall without a fight. So light it up tonight. Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Big Rudy Show. Call me Mr. Rudy. Today, we're going to talk about Scream 2 and Scream 3 today. So, if you listen to the new song, If You Know, You Know, it's an AI song, so I pump it up, you know. So, I type in If You Know, then to give me the lyrics. And that's it. Anyways, continue. So, thank you for coming to my live stream. First up, in the announcement, I got 4 weeks left to graduation day. That's the updated. And so far, let's talk about some announcement. Some new Funko Pop, my good old friend, Skittle win page. So, I found this YouTube Scatterman page a bunch of times. I love his Funko Pop updated news. And more Funko Pop is coming their way for use. Let's listen to what I have to say about Funko Pop.
Announcements and drops. Hey everyone, welcome back to a new video. I do hope you're enjoying your day today. We're back with more Funko news updates. Lots of really great stuff that dropped today. Now, before we go and get started with all of our news, I do want to ask the question of the day, which is, do you have a Funko Pop or character that's not very well liked in their universe? And I'm going to go with Sakazuki here. I think we all know why. Have you heard of today's video sponsor, Whatnot? Whatnot is a really great live auction app and website where you can buy and sell Funko Pops, trading cards, and pretty much any collectible you may think of. It's really easy to buy Funko Pops on Whatnot, as I'm doing right here. There's a
I should sign up for Whatnot too. Sell some of my collection. Funko Pop action figure.
Grail, there's exclusives, rare pops, and more. I also want to let you know I'm going live on Whatnot this Saturday, April 18th at 4 p.m. EST. I'm going to have a wide variety of Grail Funko Pops as well as exclusives, chases, and I'm going to have some really fun giveaway Funko Pops as well as
What do I have? Oh, Goku Vegeta, Super Saiyan Black, Goku Rose, Super Saiyan Goku Blue, Super Saiyan Vegeta Blue. Some Yu-Gi-Oh! All of it. Obelisk, the Tormentor. Yugimoto. Exodia. Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Brawly. I need to get that Brawly, get Johnny Young Bush to sign it. Karibo. Mostly anime Goku. Yeah.
exclusives, chases, and I'm going to have some really fun giveaways over
Bleach, Ichigo. Johnny Young Bush. Dodgers. Player. I gave my friend a Johnny Young Bush Ichigo from Bleach for his birthday.
$400 worth. So I want you to go ahead and use my sign up link down below in the description box or pinned comment to get a free $15 off your first purchase on Whatnot, and I hope to see you this Saturday. All right, so let's go ahead and get started here, and if you want to pre-order anything new that is available, there's links down below to the Funko Shop, GameStop, Amazon, and Entertainment Earth for whatever you're looking for. First up, for Cyberpunk Edge Runners, we do have our 3 commons of David, Lucy, and Rebecca. However, we did get an announcement of an exclusive of Lucy there, kind of in her jumpsuit, tracksuit look. And that one is actually a Funko Shop exclusive. You can pre-order the entire set over at Funko Now, or there's other places, Amazon, Entertainment Earth too, for the commons if you don't want that exclusive. Now, I do believe we're actually getting an exclusive variation of David later down the line. It looks like it wasn't announced with this set, so stay tuned, guys. We should be getting more Cyberpunk. Now, next up for my horror fans, we had a couple new...
June 2026 release, some Jason Voorhees for the Jason universe. Let you guys know about a little bit of history. Two owners that owns different brand. So basically, one of the owner owned Friday the 13th, and the other one owned the character of Jason Voorhees. That's why you don't see another Friday the 13th movie or Jason Voorhees. None of them, because of the battle rights. And this one, I really like the Swan one of Jason coming out the water. And the axe, it's alright, but it just looks like the original. Cause I like the old school, the day a while back, Jason Voorhees.
Jason Universe Funko Pops. This included Jason with the machete. Then we had two new exclusives, one over at Entertainment Earth with the hatchet in the head, as well as Jason where he's coming out of the water as a GameStop exclusive. If you're looking to pick up any of these new Jason Pops that are available, check out the links down below and let me know what you guys think about these. I think the one coming out of the water is actually pretty cool. Now, another new horror pop we had was Devil Face Ghostface.
So, another Ghostface with the devil face. So basically, it's going to be an Amazon Funko Pop exclusive. You can purchase that in Amazon. But I might get this in my collection.
Here over at Amazon. Definitely a pretty cool looking metallic exclusive. I just don't know why they didn't make the horns metallic still. Now, at the moment that Ghostface did not drop on Amazon, Amazon didn't drop a lot of the things, especially the Bitty Pop items. So stay tuned, guys. They will add everything at a different point. And as far as the Ghostface, not entirely sure. Like, they kind of just do whatever they want over at Amazon. They don't really stick to the regular drop dates and times that things are supposed to go live. So I'll let you guys know in the future when it does drop. WWE fans, we had 4 new pops, including AJ Styles, Mr. Perfect, Sheamus, and Solo. For Pop Rock,
some WWE, Funko Pop, AJ Styles. I would get the AJ Styles or Sheamus. Curring, Mr. Perfect, Solo,
had 4 new pops, including AJ Styles, Mr. Perfect, Sheamus, and Solo. For Pop Rocks, we had a brand new Queen Freddie Mercury available today. From the Gossip Girl TV series, we had Blair and Serena. Next up for my One Piece fans, the full new Alabasta arc set is actually available for pre-order over at Entertainment Earth now, and we do actually have looks at
remember I talked about it last week about the faces when you turn around? It does have faces. I'm glad I got my updated version of the Funko Pop One Piece.
What the front molds do look like. Sanji has a smile there, and I guess the rest do not have mouths, which is pretty interesting. I guess other than, well, Chopper kind of has one, or I guess maybe that's just his nose, actually. But yeah, it's interesting that they also flocked Chopper's hat, but not the rest of his body. So they definitely made a couple interesting choices overall with some of these molds. But I will say the front molds are actually not too bad. I think they did a pretty good job designing it. I would personally change a couple things, but let me know what you guys think. And again, you can pick up the entire set at Entertainment Earth and get free shipping on the set. Okay, moving on for my Bitty Pop fans, we had several new things today. We have the hidden leaf symbol from Naruto as a Bitty Pop display. This includes a Rock Lee and Naruto Sage Mode Bitty. Then we also had the Pokemon Bitty Pop display there.
Bitty Pop is a small tiny Funko Pop, like a little toy. They have shelf in it. And they have Pokemon. I don't collect them at all.
Which includes Dragonite and Meowth. You can grab both of these if you need to down below. More Bitty items includes 2 new FNAF sets, one with a chase, as well as 2 new Sonic collections. One Piece fans, we had 2 new sets, including the Going Merry as a Bitty Pop display set, and that includes Zoro as well as Nami. And then we also had Monkey D. Luffy with the Thousand Sunny as a Bitty Pop ride. More new Bitty sets include Sanrio Town here from Hello Kitty and Friends, definitely a pretty cool one, as well as we have a Bitty Pop Town of Chef Cinnamon Cinema Roll with Cafe Cinema Roll. Next up for Star Wars fans, we do have a new Death Star Biddy box there. We also have Greedo with Cantina, as well as the Mandalorian and N1 Starfighter with Grogu. And then finally, we have a Biddy Pop multi-pack with 8-bit Luke Skywalker, an arcade case, Luke Skywalker with Speeder, and Darth Vader. Lastly, for the new Biddy announcements, we had a couple new Sonic items, including a Sonic 2 diorama set, the Biddy box basically, and then we also had a Sonic as a pop ride with Speedstar Lightning. So as you can see, no shortage of new Biddy Pop items. They really went all out this month. We might even get a couple more things, so stay tuned. But let me know what you think about all of these new Biddy Pop products. Will you be grabbing these or passing on them? Okay, moving on for Star Wars fans, we do have 5 new pops. This includes Shock T, Plo Koon, which do glow in the dark. Definitely should have done more of the glow on the Shock. I think the face mold would have been an interesting multicolored glow. Anyways, though, we also have Commander Wolf, ARC Trooper 5s, and Commander Gree there. So these are actually all available for pre-order at places like GameStop, Amazon, Entertainment Earth, as well as the Funko Shop did actually drop a pre-order too if you want to grab it there. Now, guys, a few other updates I have for you. Over at the Funko Shop, a couple new things that did drop in stock. This includes the Fallout collection here from the latest season with Deathclaw, Victor, Hank McClane, as well as Kazar. Then we also had the Marvel
I don't like none of them. But I don't like the Venom. That's kind of weird, in my opinion.
Rival set, including Penny Parker there. We also have Psylocke as well as Venom, which does have that blue chase variation. Asterion Shirtless is available there too, as well as the Aaron Judge exclusive. So hit up the Funko Shop if you need anything new. Something else available over at Funko now is the limited edition drawing for CM Punk and Larry, the latest WWE cover.
What? A Funko Pop of CM Punk and Larry. Larry was CM Punk's dog that passed away. But I'm going to get that CM Punk no matter what. $50 before it's sold out.
This one is limited to 750 pieces and retails for $49.99. So the entry window does actually close tomorrow, and they will pick winners Friday morning as to when you can purchase this. So make sure to get your entry in, as well as you can use that bonus entry for 400 points if you want an extra chance. Next up for Fairy Tail fans, Funko shared a full image of their new Fairy Tail 100-year quest line. This includes that Chase Gray, their Funko Shop exclusive Natsu, the regular Natsu, Lucy, Urza, as well as Wendy there. Let me know what you guys think about this full set. Should be available at Funko very soon. Next, a quick update on the John Cena exclusive. Looks like this collector actually found them in
some John Cena Funko Pop. I don't have a John Cena Funko Pop in my collection.
Walmart stores now, so make sure to check your local stores if you're looking for this one, as well as it should restock over on the Funko Shop again eventually. Next up for Pokemon fans, want to let you guys know that the Charizard soft color exclusive actually dropped earlier today. It is currently sold out, expected to ship over in May. However, don't worry, it will be back at the Funko Shop.
Charmander Funko Pop. I know there was a regular version, but I gave it to my nephew as his birthday gift. So, is it a birthday gift or Christmas? No, it wasn't a Christmas gift. Me and my sister pay half.
In store at Target as well as Target's website. This one shouldn't be too hard to get. One Piece fans, reminding you that today was the in-store drop for the new LE Smoker Pop at 9,500 pieces. So you can check your local GameStops for this one. And if you were able to find it, let me know in the comments below. Interesting enough, though, this one was actually marked at $30 in GameStop systems. I haven't seen anybody posting at the fact that they paid that much so far. However, on the website itself, it is actually listed on the back end at $30, and it's not supposed to be that price. So I don't know if GameStop is scalping or if it's just a pricing error. I really hope they actually adjust it to the original price because it seems like a lot of people are upset about this. So if you did happen to find a smoker, let me know down below what they charged you. Well, guys, that wraps up today's Funko News update. Thank you so much for watching. Again, check out the links down below to multiple sites if you guys are looking for any new pre-orders, and make sure to let me know in the comments what you ended up picking up today to add to your collection. That's all for me today, though. Hit the like button down below if you did enjoy, and make sure to subscribe and click that notification bell if you're new here. I do want to say a big shout out to all the awesome Patreon supporters of the channel. You guys are amazing for supporting myself and the channel. If you guys are interested and want to check out the Patreon, the link is down below. We have a Patreon Discord where we share a lot of information, news, restocks, updates, links, and more. And finally, make sure to follow me on all my social medias at Skittle Rampage over on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and my Facebook page so you can stay up to date. All right, love you guys. See you guys in the next one. See you guys later. Bye.
All right, the Funko Pop news is over. Great guy to watch his video. If you'd like to see any new Funko Pops coming soon, subscribe to his YouTube channel and you find more updated version and some couple link for like you can buy Funko Pops at. Now for Scream 2. Let me get ready. So, I've been following Dead Meat for a while. Great movie review. He talked about how many kill counts, and I follow him almost for a year. Great content. He talked about anything, James, and mostly his group, but also he's also a big wrestling fan. So let's get into it. Some Dead Meat, Scream 2 for use.
The Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're looking at Scream 2, released in 1997. With the first Scream a runaway hit, Dimension Films was eager for a sequel. Luckily, screenwriter Kevin Williamson already had an outline for one. As a horror fan, he knew sequels were common, even if they had a reputation of being bad. With most of the script developed before the first film had left theaters, Scream 2 quickly entered production and was released less than a year after the original.
So basically, when Scream 1 was done, a year later, they released Scream 2. Back to back, that's crazy. But Scream 2 is really good.
Scream 2 follows Sydney into college, where she's targeted by a copycat Ghostface. With an extra $10 million for the budget, the sequel features big-name stars and even bigger set pieces.
Every actress in town wanted to come into the second part of this series.
The crew was equally eager to return, from the casting director down to the prop master. Cast and crew frequently...
Basically, they're bringing back everybody for Scream 2. From Scream 1 to Scream 2, except for Billy Loomis and Schumacher, the original Ghostface killers.
They called the set a family, led by their returning director daddy, Wes Craven. Production was rushed, though, and faced constant rewrites on the fly. Look at all these script versions, jeez. Some were done without Williamson, since he was busy showrunning Dawson's Creek. These stressful on-set revisions were made because the original script leaked onto the internet.
So basically, Scream 2 was leaked on the internet. So everybody have access to the script. So basically they need to change it.
That pissed off Craven so bad, he sounded like me getting annoyed during a live stream.
All of you little fuckers out there that think that's really cute, you fucking ruined our next 3 months.
Despite the messy script caused by all the shifting plot points, there are a lot of fans who call Scream 2 their favorite Scream. I'm the opposite. It's probably my least favorite of the series. But thankfully, there ain't no such thing as a bad Scream. Scream 2 just feels the most drawn out to me, and the most repetitive when compared to the first one. Which, yes, I know is partly the point, but after a while, it starts to feel like when they did another trench run in Force Awakens. It also has some specific scenes that bother me. I can't let them go. But the movie's strengths are hella strong, like a lot of its new or promoted characters. It also introduces Stab, the fictional movie within a movie that allows...
So basically Stab is a movie So basically, they're making a Scream, like a documentary. Oh, we cannot name Scream, but we can name it Stab. So like in the movie, yeah.
Williamson to get extra sequel-sized meta. The Stab movies become a runner in Scream, which is great. We wind up with a franchise within a franchise. Best of all, though, is the evolution of the three main characters and the individual relationships between each of them. Sidney Prescott in particular continues to make a case for my favorite character in all of horror. Here, she's the final girl who knows she's living through a sequel, bringing a perfect combination of vulnerability and resolve.
Stop treating me like glass, Dewey. I'm not gonna break.
Of course, the triad of her, Gal, and Dewey only works if everyone excels at their parts, and David Arquette and Courtney Cox continue to find fun folds in their characters. Wes Craven gets a lot of credit for crafting good scares, but he and the actors deserve just as much acclaim for these wonderful performances. They really bring an energy to their performances, just like today's sponsor, AG1 from Athletic Greens, brings an energy to my performance. Isn't that right, Fitness James? AG1 is a nutritional drink I have as part of my morning routine, and it really sets me up for the whole day, with nutrients and phytonutrients to maintain my energy levels and help me perform optimally. What's great is that it's NSF certified, the gold standard for athletes, which I am not in any sense of the word, but hey, still does me good. Now, admittedly, the taste isn't my favorite, but it's mild, and I think worth the benefits. Oh shit, look out, Fitness James! Huh, I guess they just wanted some nutrients too. Support your health journey by clicking the link, where you'll get a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D3K2 and 5 travel packs with your first purchase. Few sequels surpass the quality of the original, but maybe this one can surpass the quantity of kills. Let's find out and get to them. The movie begins like the first one, with a 90s actress about to watch a scary movie. Since we can't bury more Barrymores, Scream 2 brings in Jada Pinkett as college student Maureen. She and her boyfriend Phil are at the now-closed Rialto Theater in Pasadena, previously seen on the Kill Count.
Rialto, Pasadena. That's like a LA area? Like Pasadena Comic Con, like around the area. But LA, it's huge.
Out in a dream scene in Nightmare 4. This place is getting Billy Castle up in this bitch. Red Right Hand Place as the crowd goes fucking nuts. Like this were a midnight premiere at the Southgate MJR in the mid-2000s. They're here to watch Stab, an in-universe slasher based on the Woodsboro murders in the first film.
It's a true story. All these kids got killed a couple years.
Basically, it's a big true story. What happened on Woodsboro, like Sydney, all that. They're making a movie of it called Stab.
Years ago in California.
But it's not just based on the events of Scream, it's shot like the OG Scream 2, except this psychosexual shower shot. You get more TNA when you have Heather Graham playing Fakesy Becker. Audiences would have just seen her in Boogie Nights a few months prior. Later, in Scream 4, we'll see Robert Rodriguez credited as Stab's director, but despite a popular misconception, these scenes were still directed by Wes Craven. Phil heads to the bathroom, where he can't get a dick in thanks to all the ghost faces. Before he can get a poopin' duet going in the stall, he hears some weird noises next door. Is that a little kid voice? What the fuck? In a frankly kind of stupid kill, he puts his ear right up to the nasty-ass stall wall, then gets stabbed in the head by a knife strong and long enough to puncture through. Now Phil's cold and he is scared, lying dying on the floor. All thanks to Ghostface, secret knife agent. Dun dun dun. Phil's death might be meta commentary on the whole black character dies first in a horror movie stereotype.
Yeah, like I realized that, like, why African American people die first in a horror movie? Back in the day, now they do survive. Some. So a lot of people complaining a while back. Now they do not.
type, but I've got a note, at least in kill count movies, I haven't seen that trope very often. The killer takes Phil's place next to Maureen, who's too scared of Casey's meta murder to notice the change in screamery. Some shoulder blood finally catches her attention, then a blade catches her in the gut. It's unnoticed by the theater goers, who are screaming their damn lungs out. God, did someone slip Coke in the Coke? Or the Pepsi, sorry. They make it mighty clear that it's Pepsi. In any case, this theater is ridiculously over the top, but it's portrayed earnestly enough to keep this horrifying instead of corny. Maureen doesn't die until after she's climbed on stage like someone's got her name in their fucking mouth. The patrons finally realize something's wrong when she gives out a banshee scream.
So basically, everybody think it was an act, but they realize it was real till when she does.
Sidney Prescott is now a world-weary college student who has to fend off prank phone calls. It may just be apocryphal, but according to some, the original Scream caused a surge in use of caller ID.
Hi, did you know that caller ID use tripled after the premiere of Scream? The CBS Sunday night movies will be right back.
Thanks, Drew. Sydney attends the fictional Windsor College, and while it's never stated in the movie, the screenplay says it's in Ohio. So I'll take that as canon until stated otherwise. Sucks for them. Haha, go blue! It's the same school Phil and Maureen attended before they were killed, and the same school Randy Meeks attends, since he followed Sydney there. To no surprise, Randy's a film major, and the conversation his class has makes me cringe out of my skin. It's fine when they start a meta discussion about the merits of sequels.
Stab 2? Who'd want to do that? Sequels suck.
But the specifics of their combo retroactively feel film bro.
I got it. The Godfather, Part 2.
It's like, I'm 15 and this is deep. The worst is how supposed film geek Randy gets a classic Aliens quote wrong.
Get away from her, you bitch. I believe the line is stay away from her, you bitch. It's film class, right?
Get away from her, you bitch!
The quote was written correctly in the script, but while filming, the 19-year-old Joshua Jackson mixed up his line and said the right quote accidentally. Jamie Kennedy adapted on the fly and gave the misquote as his line. It bugs the hell out of me. It wasn't messed up the first time they filmed this scene in a lecture hall.
Stay away from her, you bitch. That was a great line. One line does not make a movie great.
It was reshot later at UCLA, maybe because the first attempt.
So they're filming in UCLA, another South Cal area. It's a big university. I went to UCLA for a field trip. It was a huge campus when you go a college tour.
Didn't have Sarah Michelle Gellar or Joshua Jackson. Still had awful dialogue though.
I got it. Friday the 13th, part 20.
Gellar plays CeCe Cooper, a fellow film student.
What? Friday? Part 20? Oh my god. They're not even Friday part 20.
Alongside Mickey Altieri, played by Timothy Olyphant. Sid's friend group also includes her roommate Hallie and her new boyfriend Derek. Randy's not a fan of Derek. Wonder why. Well, maybe you'd stand a better chance if you didn't randomly talk in a British accent, Randy.
A lot of shit happens at the movies. People get robbed, shot, maimed, murdered. Multiplex is just a very dangerous place to be these days.
No one knows why Jamie Kennedy did that.
He just did that in the take.
The media storm over the movie theater murders prompts the return of Hurricane Gale Weathers, Highlights Edition. She's chasing numbers again after writing a successful book about the Woodsboro murders. She has a new cameraman, Joel, whom she berates like he were another Kenny. Her ire even extends to the local press.
I would say Gail Weather, Courtney, she looked hot in 1997 for Scream 2.
Like reporter Debbie Salt.
Begin quote. Great. Your flattering remarks are both desperate
and obvious. End quote.
I love the person in the background going, ouch!
End quote.
Gail tries to score an impromptu exclusive between Sydney and an old, not quite friend, Cotton Weary, her mother Maureen's illicit lover, who was wrongfully imprisoned for her murder. Sydney saw him earlier being interviewed by screenwriter Kevin Williamson in a cameo. The exclusive ends in a familiar way for these ladies.
Did you get that on film?
Yes, I got that on film.
Scream 2 may be the most serious of the franchise, but it still has plenty of funny moments. This one came from actors Elise Neal and Dwayne Martin ad-libbing.
When I ad-libbed that, and I was mad at Dwayne that day because he said it right after me, trying to steal my shine. And like, why you gonna repeat it? Then they wanted it. So I was like, man, I came up with that. Trying to come in on my part.
Gal takes a stroll to clear her head and runs into Dewey, who's flown out to keep an eye on Sid. Poor
Officer Dewey, my guy.
guy's got a limp because of a severed nerve from that stab to the back. He's not keen to rekindle a romance with Gal, since she talked a bit of shit about him in her book.
Page 41. Deputy Dewey oozed with inexperience.
I love this speed bump in their relationship. He's so wounded by her betrayal, and while she doesn't feel bad, she does seem to admire his earnestness. Their chemistry is great, partly because the two actors had started dating in real life, but it's gonna take Gail more than puppy dog eyes to fix Dewey's deeply hurt feelings. Dewey has a much better reunion with Sid, where their sibling-like relationship flourishes. It makes sense. She was his little sister's best friend, and with Tatum gone, Sydney works as a replacement sibling.
Our surrogate big brother.
The scene also introduces Dewey's theme, a musical leitmotif that perfectly suits his character. I sadly don't get to talk about music a lot on the kill count, because playing clips with music is an easy way to get copyright claims. Marco Beltrami's work is important to the Scream series, though. The original film was the first feature-length score he composed, and he'd worked with Craven 6 more times, including on Screams 2, 3, and 4. I love his...
Yeah. Oh yeah, also I have a record of Scream, and I play it with my record player. Yeah, they have the Dewey soundtrack theme.
Morricone-inspired work in Scream, and the haunting choral voices of Sydney's lament. But Dewey's theme was not one of his pieces. It was originally composed by Hans Zimmer for the 1996 film Broken Arrow. Sydney gets invited to a sorority mixer by a pair of Stepford sister wives, Lois and Murphy. They're played by a pre-Arrested Development Portia de Rossi and Rebecca Gayheart, who would wind up in the Scream-esque urban legend the next year. Despite Sid's reluctance, Hallie drags her along for a night out with these super friendly sisters.
Sydney, you made it. Hi. No, I really mean that. Hi.
She really means that.
Hi.
This party features Everclear and Matthew Lillard in the background. He had dropped by to visit Nev Campbell.
So Matthew Lillard did make a cameo in the background.
This party features Everclear and Matthew Lillard in the background.
He's right here. You have blonde hair. If you didn't know. If you don't know, you don't know.
He had dropped by to visit Nev Campbell on set, right before the two briefly dated. Not at the party is Randy's classmate Cece, who's sober-sitting the sorority house while her sisters rage. She's played by Buffy herself, Sarah Michelle Gellar, who had just...
Buffy, where are the Buffy fans at?
finished filming the Williamson-penned I Know What You Did Last Summer. It doesn't take long for her to get a threatening phone call.
Look, do you want to leave a message for someone?
Do you want to die tonight, Cece?
Cece sees if someone's outside, but it's just Donnie, a fellow sister played by a young Marisol Nichols. Last seen on the kill count in Spiral getting a steamy facial. Oh, sorry, phrasing. Donnie leaves the door open, letting a Ghostface in, so Cece is soon attacked by a killer with cruel intentions. He Scooby-Doo chases her upstairs, getting all sorts of shit thrown at him, including a bike. Ultimately, she gets thrown through a glass door and stabbed in the back. Ghostface then tosses Cece over the balcony, and Daphne goes splat-me on the pavement below. News of the murder reaches the mixer, and the partygoers leave to check out the crime scene, including the greatest extra of all time. God, I love that guy. Look at his stupid face. Whoa! The crowd also includes this good boy, whom it looks like Liev Schreiber brought to set and insisted be in the picture.
Why can't he just walk down the steps? Can he hit a mark? Put a dog biscuit over it. Mark. Rudy, can you hit a mark? See that?
He was very excited the dog succeeded. This kind of chaos is old hat for Sid, so she decides to turn in for the night. Right after, she takes one last phone call.
Hello?
Hello, Sydney. Remember me?
A chase ensues, but Sydney manages to get to the back door unstabbed. Derek dashes inside to confront her assailant, but when Dewey follows suit, all he finds is a bloodied boyfriend, but not too bloodied, making him look mighty suspect in the long dark shadow of Billy Loomis.
You're lucky he didn't kill you.
Yeah, it's awfully convenient.
Gal and Dewey meet with Police Chief Hartley and figure out the connection between the victims.
Is Cece the girl's real name?
Casey. Casey Cooper.
As in Casey Becker?
With Phil Stevens representing Casey's boyfriend Steve and Maureen Evans standing in for Sydney's mom Maureen Prescott, the police officially determine they're dealing with a copycat killer. Well, Gal determines it. Give credit where credit is due. Either way, Chief Hartley must be proud, since he's played by David Arquette's real-life father, Louis Arquette.
So this is David Arquette's real dad for Scream 2.
Way, Chief Hartley must be proud, since he's played by David Arquette's real-life father, Louis Arquette. But Gal's investigative charms still haven't won Dewey back over yet.
Come on, Dewey. Smile just once.
I'll smile when I catch the killer.
Sydney sits down for a quiet lunch, but Derek ain't about to let that happen.
And so I just decided to myself, I'd hide it to myself.
What is he doing?
He's ruining the movie is what he's doing, by breaking out into song to prove his love to Sid.
I think I love you.
Don't do this.
Yeah, man, please don't. It's an acknowledged reference to Top Gun, where Tom Cruise does the same thing with a different song. It's awful in that movie, and it's even worse here. I can't stand it. I hate everything about it. I hate how long it goes on for. I hate Mickey's stupid dance moves. Fuck you all for clapping. It sucks so bad. And stop conducting, dude. It's so cringe. This Partridge Family song had to be sung by Jerry O'Connell during his audition. Personally, I might have just passed on the part. The cast hated doing it as much as I hate watching it.
None of us really like that song.
Look at this shit. You can tell O'Connell would rather be hiking towards a dead body.
I mean, I did the best I could.
Yeah, you did, when you weren't stepping on the wrong table. At the end of this garbage, Derek gives Sid his fraternity letters, which they say is a frat faux pas. I don't know if that's real or not. It's all Greek to me. With that cafe-tastrophe over, we check in with Randy and Dewdrop, who's drinking a milkshake just like he had his little ice cream cone in the original. Dewey the Dairy fan. The two watch a scene from Stab on TV, where Billy Loomis is played by Luke Wilson. I guess because of Bottle Rocket? I love how they recreate the hilarious end of that scene.
Stupid.
They mentioned that in Stab, Dewey's played by David Schwimmer, co-star to Courtney Cox in Friends. As for Sydney, she's played by Tori Spelling, which was mentioned as a potentiality in the first Scream.
I see you as a young Meg Ryan myself.
Thanks, Dewey, with my luck, they'd cast Tori Spelling.
Randy once again explains the rules of a horror movie, but this time as they specifically pertain to sequels.
Number 1, the body count is always bigger. Number 2, the death scenes are always much more elaborate. More blood, more gore.
As always, David Arquette is hilarious in how specific and unique his acting is.
Maybe you are a suspect.
Well, if I'm a suspect, you're a suspect.
Do you have a point?
Sydney tries to back out of the leading role in her school's play. I've never loved this Agamemnon subplot, written by Craven during one of the on-set rewrites. But I do like the thematic resonance of Sydney playing Cassandra, the Oracle whose warnings were always ignored. It also gives us a cameo by the late David Warner as her teacher, last seen on the kill count in The Ice Cream Man. Rest in peace. He doesn't believe in bad omens, so he tells her the show must go on. During rehearsal, Sydney gets screamy once the fake knives start flying and the hooded faces start ghosted. She runs off stage to weep in the wings, where Derek all of a sudden appears, with that killer boyfriend shadow of Billy still Loomis and over.
Basically, Sydney think her boyfriend gonna be the next Ghostface killer, because she thinking about her ex Billy Loomis was a Ghostface killer.
For her, Sydney breaks up with Derek. She ain't about to let no second Lion King ruin her pride. Dewey and Randy meet up with Gal and Joel, who's gotten nervous since learning that Kenny was killed. The specifics don't really matter to him.
Got it, Slash. The guy ain't in the union no more.
He leaves to grab a coffee, and the others get a phone call.
I'm not interrupting anything, am I? You three look deep in thought.
It sounds like the killer is watching them, so Randy stays on the line while Dewey and Gale assault every student with a cell phone on the dyad. The quad. Windsor College was played by Agnes Scott, a private women's college in metro Atlanta. It provided most of the exterior and interior locations. Beautiful campus. Ghostface teases Randy and says he'll always be the geeky supporting character, never the MC.
Fuck you!
Unfortunately for Randy, the call is coming from inside the news van, and no one hears him struggling over these b-boys blaring Cottonmouth Kings. I listened to an embarrassing amount of Cottonmouth Kings, and was kind of excited to find a music video of theirs on the Scream 2 Blu-ray. By the time Gal and Dewey find him, Randy's become the first legacy character to die. Poor little hot dog got ketchup to death. Yeah, let it out, Gal. Don't relish in it. Sydney gets a threatening instant message in the library, scrambling her security detail, Officers Andrews and Richards. Their names are taken after the kid actors in Halloween, Brian Andrews and Kyle Richards. They do a shithouse job, leaving Sid alone so she can get jumped by Cotton Weary. He's eager to step into the spotlight by doing a talk show sit-down with her.
We're talking primetime, Sid. You, me, and Diane Sawyer.
Understandably, she refuses. Also understandably, Cotton's gotten a little weary of being labeled the bad guy.
I mean, come on, Cindy, you dragged my name through the mud. Everybody thinks I'm some kind of psycho killer, and all I'm asking for is one little fucking Diane Sawyer interview to maybe get my side of the story straight.
He just wants everything illuminated. I love how Cotton Weary was brought back for Scream 2.
He was just a throwaway character in the first film, and we never thought we'd see live again.
We lucked out that Liev Schreiber was cast for this single shot of him in Scream 1.
All I had to do was to get out of a car and walk up a flight of stairs.
For real, Cotton, the actor, he looked like the one from the Wolverine movie, Sabretooth.
One of the easiest jobs I'd ever done.
Cotton's so interesting, an awkward guy who's been profoundly affected by being wrongly accused. I love how he has a decent point here, but is way too aggro explaining it. It gets him arrested, but he's released due to lack of evidence. Sydney doesn't know who to trust anymore, since, after all,
everybody's a suspect!
Except Randy, because he's dead. In fact, his death prompts Joel to be the smartest horror movie character ever. Not wanting to go the way of Kenny, he straight up leaves the movie, which was an idea Dwayne Martin had and pitched to Craven.
He goes, how would you leave? I said, cab. He said, you want to leave by taxi? I said, yeah. He said, all right.
And that's exactly what he does. Randy's death also hits Gale like hell, causing her to verbally lick Debbie Salt. Salt's been around seasoning some scenes, and even casting suspicions towards the story-seeking Gale.
Well, it just seems to me that if the killer is repeating what happened in Woodsboro, it's quite possible that the killer could be from Woodsboro.
But at this point, Gale wants to do the right thing without any regard for ratings.
I just want to find this fucker.
I really do.
That finally wins over Dewey, and the two take Joel's footage to the film school to try to find a ghost face in the grassy knoll. The home movies get them hot and heavy with each other, but they take a break when, they take a break, Dewey, when they realize someone spliced the live feed into the footage they're watching. It ain't Tyler Durden in the projection booth. It's a non-union editing ghost face, motherfucker! In the ensuing awesome chase scene, which is always a highlight of Screams, Dewey ends up in a soundproof booth where he's stabbed in the back once again. Gale watches helplessly, and then Ghostface pulls his classic.
Then Dewey often gets stabbed in the back a lot. From 1 and 2.
Disappearing act. When Gal runs into a bloodied Cotton in the hallway, she's convinced she's found the killer. She even lets Debbie Salt in on the scoop.
The killer is Cotton fucking Weary.
Cotton Weary.
Elsewhere, Derek bids Sydney a farewell as she departs with Hallie to safer shores. He's quickly attacked by hooded figures, but they ain't ghost faces, they Greek faces, here to haze Derek for giving Sydney his frat letters. You know,
Frat stuff.
They have no king but Caesar, crucify him! Yeah, and make his penis shotgun a beer. Heads up, little buddy! When Sydney's police escort stops at a traffic light, Ghostface sucker punches Andrews through the window, then sucker slices his neck open. Splurt! Richards takes a beating, but pops up to play the hero. Then he Ghostface rides the whip when the killer floors the gas. The new hood ornament tries to get a shot off with his gun, but his wild ride ends in hell when his head is impaled on a bunch of pipes. Ooh, baby, that driver's batshit. God, those final death twitches are seriously disturbing. Look at his little hand wiggle. Ugh. The crash knocks Ghostface out, giving Sydney and Hallie the chance to escape the back seat. This suspense sequence wasn't in the script. Craven said they came up with the idea on set. That means Neve Campbell had to do this back-bending stunt without any preparation. But she always loved the physical aspect of playing Sydney, and credits her history as a dancer for her athleticism. Sid nearly unmasks the killer, but has to abort the mission when she slips out a little toot. I still think it's dumb she doesn't do it, and she does too after she and Hallie escape down the street. She runs back to fix the mistake, only to find that the fender-bending Phantom ain't in the car no mo. Instead, he's right behind a clueless Hallie.
What?
Whom he
Whoa! It's Ghostface come back and been on her. What Ghostface would do.
stabs to death in front of Sydney, then drops her body to the ground. Hallie feels a little underutilized to me, maybe because she was originally supposed to be one of the killers, before the extensive rewrites. Sid makes it back to campus, where a siren song lures her into the theater. On stage, she's jump-scared by a Jesus Christ superstar, Derek, bound and boozy from that hazing session earlier. Before she can untie him, she's stopped by Ghostface, who reveals himself to be... yeah, Mickey.
Surprise, Sydney.
I mean, I guess, but mostly because I'd forgotten that character existed. Dude literally hasn't been in the movie since 45 minutes ago, when he was waving his arms around like a jackass. Timothy Oliphant tries his best to save this lame reveal, but Mickey's still just a second-rate stew.
Surprise, Sydney.
Mickey implies that Derek has been his partner in crime all along. The frat bro asks Sydney to stand by him, but she's unable to bring herself to trust him. As she's frozen in hesitation, Mickey plugs a hole straight through Derek's broken heart. Mickey sucks as a reveal, but it is downright evil the way he makes Sid feel guilty for suspecting Derek right up to his death.
You should really deal with your trust issues, Sid.
He reveals he's got a case of the crazies, with a harebrained homicidal scheme to get caught. Then he'll bask in the media frenzy and blame his murder spree on horror movies. Killing people to become famous is a sadly prescient motivation that resonates with earlier dialogue about life imitating art.
You can't blame real-life violence on entertainment.
Hello, the murderer was wearing a ghost mask, okay? Just like in the movie, it's directly responsible.
No, it's not.
This commentary also helped Scream 2 with the MPAA.
The opening, they felt, was an excellent commentary on the nature of horror movies, and that we were being responsible by making that in some way.
There's still one elephant in the room, though, who might be working with Mickey as a second Ghostface. Turns out it's Gail Weathers. Nah, just kidding. It's crazy-eyed Debbie Salt, whose real name is...
Mrs. Loomis?
That's right. That lady is...
Billy's mother.
Scream 2 originally had a very different ending, back when it was filmed as Scream the sequel, before Miramax demanded a title change. Mrs. Loomis was always the primary antagonist, but at first she had 3 accomplices, Derek, Hallie, and Cotton Weary. When that draft got leaked, revisions and secrecy followed. A fake script was written, which was also leaked. Scripts were printed in a way to prevent photocopying, and most people's scripts had the last act largely blacked out.
Or I remember seeing a lot of blacked out pages in my script. So I thought I might be wearing one of those.
Laurie Metcalf's hunch was right, and the matriarchal murderer was foreshadowed earlier by Randy.
Mrs. Voorhees was a terrific serial killer.
Like Pamela, Mrs. Loomis wants to avenge her son's death, so she plans on killing Sydney and enlisted Mickey online to help her. As for Mickey's plan, she knows it's dumb as shit, so she turns on him and shoots the loose end. The psycho cinephile lets off a shot that hits Gail in the tum-tum. She stage dives into the theater pit for pretty much the rest of the movie. Unlike Mickey, Mrs. Loomis is a great Ghostface reveal, especially because Laurie Metcalf plays her as delightfully unhinged.
I am sick to death of people saying that it's all the parents' fault. It all starts with the family. You want to blame someone, why don't you blame your mother?
Sydney manages to break away with a breakaway bottle before fighting firepower with fake fire. God, this part is dumb as hell too. What kind of antagonist gets defeated by college drama department props? What are you doing, Sid? Trying to scare her away with noise? She ain't a bear. Their struggle is interrupted by a stray gunshot from Cotton, whom Sydney quickly catches up and introduces to Crazy Eyes Deb. Mrs. Loomis tries to convince Cotton to let Sydney die, but he's gonna base his actions on how they best benefit him.
Bet you that Diane Sawyer interview's looking real good right about now.
Since Sydney would take Diane over Diane, she accepts the offer. Cotton shoots the homicidal housewife, ensuring that Lady Bird will grow up an orphan. Sydney grabs the gun and gets jump scared by Gal, who says the bullet just bounced off her ribs. Well then, nice of you to help back there, Gal! Since this ain't these ladies' first rodeo, they're suspicious of Laurie Metcalf's death face.
I always come back.
But it's the Deadwood that ain't so dead. Mickey's still got some kicky in him. They quickly gun him down, sending his body tumbling upstage. Or is it downstage? I can never remember. It was a justified shooting, though, so Sydney has nothing to worry about. That one was closer to a cause for concern. Hope Sid gets some therapy after this. The paramedics arrive alongside Joel, who comes back to cover the night's events. Gail can't be bothered, though, after spotting Dewey doing the same old back jab Jesus routine he did in the original. Instead of filing a report, Gail picks her heart over her job and rides off with the Deuster in the ambulance. Sydney is swarmed by reporters, but she directs them to Cotton Weary instead, calling him a hero and giving him the 15 minutes of fame he's been craving. The movie ends with some 90s post-grunge as Sydney walks away to, wait, where is she going? Literally all her college friends are dead. How many co-eds received a deadly degree at sequel school? Well, I want to tell you, but this morning I woke up with this feeling I didn't know how to deal with. And so I just...
Let me sing you a song. James, take it away.
Just decided to myself, I'd hide it to myself and never talk about it. And didn't I go and shout it when you asked for a kill count? Let's get to the numbers. Let's get to the numbers. Let's get to the numbers. Isn't that what the show was based on? Though it's much more nowadays, I still always gotta say, let's get to the numbers. 10 people died in Scream 2, with the victims 6 men and 4 women, giving us these sequel slices of pie. Sure enough, Randy was right. The second installment had more kills than the first, 3 more. With a runtime of 120 minutes, that gave us a kill on average every 12 minutes flat. I'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to Officer Richards. It's easily the goriest death in the movie, and the post-death twitching is the cherry on top. Dome Machete for lamest kill will go to Hallie, since it's a basic slice and dice with an exceptionally dumb build-up.
What?
You heard me, and that's it. Scream 2 was released in 1997. The original trilogy would be capped off with Scream 3 in 2000, which I'll look at next week. But until then, I'm James A. Janice. This has been the Kill Count. Thanks a lot for watching this Kill Count recount on Scream 2. It's good to...
So, what do you think about Scream 2? If you're going to watch it, go for it. But it's a good movie to watch. I would say stick with Scream 1 and 2 and watch Scream 3. See you in the next video. Peace. Like and share, subscribe. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm going to the restroom.
My thoughts are burning loud. Bad blood, I cut the snakes out now. You want a truth I'll never leave behind. I'd touch the sky, but I crawled through fire. I broke down. So did you. I hit the ground. I broke down. So did you. What came before don't matter now. I tasted pain, I chased it down. I won't be still until I prove I'm right. Crack my skull on dreams last night. I broke down. So did you. I hit the ground. I broke down. So did no sleep, these scars still scream my name. Fake smiles, I burn them in the flame. You want my past erased and locked away. I found the light, but I was born in rage. I rose from ruin, left for dead, blood on my hands, truth in red. I wore a mask, it so bright through. You struck the spark, now I burn through you. I came from nothing, I'll fight my way back again. You lit the fuse, now feel the end. I broke down. So did you. I hit the ground. So did you. I broke down. So did you. I broke down. I broke down. So did you.
Did you know there's a new AI tool that allows you to create AI-generated YouTube thumbnails by just pasting a YouTube video?
This is Big Rudy Show time! I eat, sleep, stream. The Rangers send your streams. I eat, sleep, stream. Look into my stream, the future's live, long live. Look into my stream, stay up all night, night, night. Look into my stream, the future's live, live, live. I speak all of the monsters I see. I still feel the darkness on my screen. If you blink, you'll miss the jump and the creep. From Angel Grove to horror dreams for all my squad. This is Big Rudy's energy. The show inside your dreams. I'll hype you with the screams. You're locked in deep. I am the late night fever stream. I put your fears to sleep. I'll keep you in your seat. Brutality. Look into my stream, the future's live, live, live. Look into my stream, stay up all night, night, night. Look into my stream, the future's live, live, live. Look into my stream, stay up all night, night, night. rangers and your screams. I eat, sleep, stream. Look into my screen, the future's live, live, live. Look into my screen, stay up all night, night, night. Look into my screen, the future's live, live, live. I eat, sleep, stream. The rangers and your screams. I eat, sleep, stream. Look into my screen, the future's live, live, live. Look into my screen, stay up all night, night, night. Look into my screen, the future's live, live, live.
I'm back. Take a little Russian break, but let's continue on. For I find an interview of Wes Craven talking about Scream 2. Let's go for it. So Wes Craven, he's the director of Scream, and also he do a couple movies. Also, he did Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger, and let's go for it. What the interviews say about Wes Craven and many more for the interview for Scream 2 for your use.
Wes, congratulations on your new film, Scream 2.
Thank you.
You're not one to make sequels, so why did you choose to do Scream 2?
That's not a sequel. It's Scream 2. It's part of a planned trilogy, actually. So in that sense, it's quite different. It's different in other ways, too. It's all the same team, same writer, obviously same director.
So, why, because before you don't like to do sequel, now you love doing the sequels? Like Nightmare on Elm Street, it was the sequel. And Scream 2. And you bring back like the writer, everything else more, like the makeup artist, costume, lighting, sound.
Continuation of characters from the first film, so it's not like more Freddy or more this or that. It's really evolving, unwrapping of this character of Sidney Prescott, played by Neve Campbell, and the people around her. So there's many things about it that are quite different from your typical sequel.
You've brought a lot of respectability back to the genre. A few years back, I could imagine Courtney Cox or Neve Campbell doing, let's say, a horror movie. What happened?
Well, first of all, it was a terrific script. It was the subject of a bidding war in Hollywood almost as soon as it hit the desks of the agents. And then Drew Barrymore was decided to be attached to it very early on. And I think that was a product of the relationship of sort of Miramax Dimension company with many, many stars of considerable light, and they're able to say, look, we'll do business on many different fronts. If you want to do like an English Patient, how about doing this scary movie first? So that's how it sort of began. And then I think people saw that the elements were really terrific with Drew attached, the script really good. The fact that I was directing, I think, had a little bit to do with it. And each young star or starlet brought in more, and it just sort of had that snowball effect.
Now, I read that part of the script was leaked onto the internet, and there had to be some changes made. And of course, that.
So they're going to talk about what happened, how the script got leaked online, and people want to know. Even I want to know why he changed it.
Led to the very tight security on the set.
Right.
Was it tough to film the sequel with all the people interested in finding out what was happening?
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, we had to leave, for instance, the lens cap over the camera at all times, so that made it very difficult just to see what was going on. No, seriously, we the scripts had to be printed on special paper that couldn't be Xeroxed or faxed or scanned into computers. People had to sign agreements that they wouldn't disclose anything. Even when we did like group scenes, we had to have all the extras sign things, and we just go out and plead with them, please don't give away our ending, But fortunately, the version that went on the internet was like the first thing that came from Kevin's desk, so it was not what we ended up shooting. We were able to change things around so that what we actually did is still secret. But it's an interesting new phenomenon, the sort of presence of internet spies everywhere. Makes you feel like you're.
Yeah, people want to get leaked to everything and what's going on. Nowadays, people are leaking stuff from the new movies like Marvel, DC, horror. Many more want to know like information. If I'm going to go watch it, it's good or bad. I should give my money to that. Who knows?
I don't know, in the middle of Cold War.
Watched, yeah. Now, of course, Neve Campbell in the original makes a reference to how Tori Spelling would play her if they made a movie, and of course you've got Tori Spelling in the sequel. Was she a good sport about?
Well, yeah, the fact that she's in the film, I think, is just a great tribute to her sense of humor and her good sportsmanship. It's a delightful moment when she shows up playing Neve Campbell in the movie within the movie.
Great. If you can give me like one line as to why people should go see Scream 2.
People should go see Scream 2 because it's the best darn film you're going to see in a very long time.
Great. What's next for you, Wes?
We're doing a completely non-genre film with Madonna called, right now, working title Fiddlefest, based on the life of an actual woman who teaches classical violin to kids in East Harlem. And it's just going to be a small, unpretentious art film sort of thing.
Sounds like a bit of a departure for you.
Yeah, it'll be a big departure.
Great. Well, nice to meet you.
So it was a short interview. Think about Wes Craven talking about how everything was linked out on the internet. Like, comment, share. See you in the next video. Peace. I'm going to support my boy Arrow. Friend from the channel, The Arrow Show. WrestleMania is tomorrow. WrestleMania will take place in Las Vegas. And last year was Las Vegas. And Arrow talking about what kind of match we're going to have at WrestleMania in Vegas. Fair use, fair content, fair use. Let's get into it.
Matches 2 nights Las Vegas, but 13 matches 2 nights Las Vegas, but let's be honest with you, not every match on this card deserves the same energy. Some of these matches have the IWC on fire right now, going crazy after each other. Some of them, the crowd is already pre-napping for the most part. So tonight, we're running through the buzz meter for WrestleMania 42. I'm going through match by match, night 1, night 2, rating the buzz level and telling you exactly what to expect when the bell rings. Buckle up. Let's get to this T-drop edition of WrestleMania 42. So we're going to start with night 1, of course. And for night 1, the first match we need to.
So you got Alexis Bliss, Charlie Fair, Noel Addison, Nia Jackson, Bailey, the Bella Twins, but due to Nikki injury, we're gonna have a surprise. We're gonna have Paige, Sarah, come.
Put in the lowest buzz meter for night 1 is Nia Jax, Ash Legend versus Charlotte Alexa versus the Bella Twins and versus Bailey and Lyra Valkyria, the women's fatal 4-way for the women's tag team championship. So real talk, this match has probably the lowest organic buzz of any title match on the entire card. 4 teams in a fatal 4-way means the story is fractured and nobody's getting enough screen time to build genuine momentum. Bella Twins are the nostalgia pop for this. This is their first team up since in WrestleMania in the past 14 years. Charlotte.
So it's been a while. We see the Bella Twin in accent wrestle together, try to win the tag team women championship, and so far, yeah, I don't know how I felt about that match, but we'll see.
And Alexa are fine. Bailey and Lyra have the most credibility at this point. So what to expect? A short match, chaos spots, some nostalgia bumps from the Bellas. Don't be surprised if the bit of Bailey and Lyra walk out with the titles, as the feel-good moment of the night might be that. So it's a low buzz, but could surprise you if they get time. So for me, I give this a 2 out of 5 for buzz. Now, in terms,
for me, I would give it like 3.5 out of 5 match.
to this match, if you want my thoughts on what might happen, Bailey and Lyra should win it. They are on fire lately, especially with Lyra, which lately got.
I will pick Charlotte Flair and Lex Bliss to win it.
My attention after a lot of waiting, but it looks like WWE is trying to give the Bellas one last WrestleMania moment. So unless the injury continues, this is it. All right. So for the second match of the night that has the next lowest buzz is iShow Speed teaming up with Logan Paul and Austin Theory versus the Usos and LA.
For me, I would pick the Usos and LA Knight to win. Again, Actual Speed, Austin, Fury, and Logan Paul.
Night. Where's the anyway. Here's the honest split on this match if you're the IWC. If you're the IWC, you hate it. But if you're fans of iShow Speed or the internet, you'll probably be okay with this match. The comments have been brutal about this match, but if you're, like I said, if you're part of the iShow Speed 30 million subscribers on YouTube world, this is the most exciting wrestling moment of the year for you guys. That's the reality WWE is playing to. And you can't ignore that math. What to expect? Speed takes a bump, maybe. The crowd pops up for LA Knight. The Usos look credible as always. And Logan Paul does something that ends up on every highlight reel by Sunday morning. It's a showcase, not a wrestling match at this point. Adjust expectations accordingly when it comes to this match at this point. Give it a 3 out of 5 for Buzz. Now, in terms of what may happen in
I would give it like a 3.5 out of 5 of rating for that match. Maybe I can speed it up.
this match, Logan Paul and Austin Theory and ISHO Speed probably are going to win it in this match via some shenanigans with ISHO Speed or being used by ISHO Speed. So expect that to happen in this match. It's okay for the Usos to take a loss, but at this point, I don't think LA Knight should take a loss, but here we are. Now, for the next match in this tier, Buzz, I guess,
you got Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu. I feel like Drew McIntyre is going to win it, but the match is going to be great. So I will give it like a 4.5.
Have Drew McIntyre for Jacob Fatu in an unsanctioned match. And this is the second ESPN 2 free match behind the previous tag match that I talked about between the Usos, LA Knight, and Logan, ISHO Speed, and Austin Theory. Now, on paper, this may seem like a no buzz. Nobody's buying a ticket specifically to see this match at this point. But, and this is the big but, unsanctioned changes the math on this match. That stipulation means no rules, no referees accountability, and both of these men have a legitimate reason to want to hurt that living crap out of each other at this point. Jacob Fatu is one of the most physically terrifying people in WWE right now. Drew McIntyre is at his absolute best when he's angry. And honestly, he has nothing to lose at this point. Now, what to expect in this match? It's going to be a short, violent brawl because it's an ESPN 2 free show at this point. Think less WrestleMania, more pay-per-view, street fight energy at this point. It's not a show stealer, but it'll wake up the crowd live at the venue. So I'll give it a 4 out of 5 for Buzz. Now, in terms of what may happen, honestly, after everything that's happened in the past 2 months, I want Drew to win. He deserves it. But I feel Fatu is going to win at this point. Do I like Logan Paul as a wrestler? Yes. Logan Paul as a wrestler has proven that he is a very professional person when it comes to wrestling. Now, in terms of his other ventures, that's a different question, and I've covered his other BS ventures on my page. Now, but as a wrestler, he is very respectable for the business. He is committed now after this past year. He has a full contract. He's been, for the most part, on every single show since he started his full-time contract. He's been on every Raw, every SmackDown, usually before a pay-per-view, and he's been on every pay-per-view. So he's taking it seriously. He's trying to prove to haters that you are wrong about him when it comes to wrestling, which so far I can't disagree. But when it comes to his other BS, yeah, he's a weird one. Now, chat, what's the wildest thing you expect to see in this unsanctioned match between McIntyre and Fatu? Let me know in the comments, and we can discuss about it later. Now, for the next big buzz match is Stephanie Becker and Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship.
I think Stephanie Becker will win it, the match, but something up her sleeve, Liv Morgan, because you got Raquel Rodriguez gonna help her, or Roxanne gonna help out too, and Liv Morgan gonna win it. Watch. So I would give it like a 4.5.
Now this one is all about Liv Morgan at this point, story-wise. 11 years, that's how long Liv Morgan has been in the WWE at this point. She won this year's Royal Rumble. She came back from a shoulder injury before that would have ended most people's WrestleMania dreams. And now, right at the finish line, she's dealing with concussion protocol from the April it's Monday Night Raw attack by Stephanie Becker. Now, a few media outlets reported that Liv herself said, and this quote, the match is still on. She did go on Instagram and ask that she is okay and the match is still on. But we have no official medical clearance confirmation about this. Now, here's what makes this match special beyond the injury drama. Stephanie Becker has been arguably the best women's athlete right now, but her championship run has been a little iffy. But is it her fault or is it creative? We don't know. Whenever she does have a match, her matches have delivered, though. The fans are solidly behind her, and Liv Morgan, even when she's limping, is one of the most compelling she's one of the most compelling heel stories in wrestling. What to expect in this match? A match that will hopefully over-deliver for both women, honestly. I want this match to over-deliver for both of them because I want that. I wish nothing for the best for them. Now, one of the more technically sound women matches on the card right now is between these two. High probability of a Liv Morgan moment that the crowd loses his mind for. Whether she wins or not.
Yeah, they have a great storyline between them two. Monday Night Raw.
This one is going to leave a mark whether you like it or some shape or form. So I give this a 4 out of 5 buzz. And in terms of what do I expect from this, I expect all this drama with injury to make this match even more electric and more must watch. I think in all seriousness, Liv is going to win this, especially if she's fully cleared with this medical condition. So she is definitely going to win. Now, if Liv wins the title here, is this becomes her biggest WrestleMania moment ever? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. Now, or let me know in the comments too. So the next match is the 5th match so far for night 1, and that's between AJ Lee, our Intercontinental.
So you got AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch for the Women Intercontinental Championship. I feel like AJ Lee gonna win it.
Champion AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental match. Let me be honest about.
I would give it like a 4.5.
This match from both ends, whichever side you're on. On one hand, AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch at WrestleMania is a dream match, but we already had this, so we're having it again, I guess, at this point. AJ Lee's comeback story has been one of the best feel-good narrative in recent memory of WWE history for all you AJ Lee fans. Becky Lynch is one of the 4 most over women in wrestling in the last decade. 2 Hall of Fame level careers crossing paths at the biggest show of the year. Now, on the other hand, the build has been widely criticized as so bad fans are starting to turn on them. Pro wrestling fan groups, the promos have said the promos have felt flat. The storytelling has not matched the caliber of either women's legacy, which I have to agree with. I expected a little more from these two, especially with AJ Lee and Becky Lynch having the capacity of throwing hard promos. They haven't gone really hard as I would expect. I thought they would have gone harder than this, but maybe in the next week we'll find out. This all means the pressure is on the match itself at this point and to tell the story that their booking couldn't. So here's what to expect with this match. AJ Lee is probably going to still be rusty compared to her peak back in 10 years ago, but she will be fighting through it, and she was fine in this past Raw that she had a match. So I expect only good things from this match, hopefully. I mean, if I'm telling on this here or that here. But nonetheless, this should be a great match that transcends the mediocre build that we've had between these two. The question is whether WWE gives them enough time. Now, if they give, 15 minutes, maybe the match will be a good show stealer. But that's up to them. If they get less, who knows? So for now, in my opinion, this is a 4 out of 5 buzz. Look at me, Dave Meltzering this crap. Now, AJ should take the win. I think she keeps it and drops it to a future younger talent in the WWE to put them over later on. But what it delivers definitely depends entirely on the time that they give them for this show. So we'll see. Let's go to the next match. The next match is an interesting one. Now, this is Seth
Rollins versus Gunther. This will be a great match. And I would give it like a 5.5.
Rollins versus Gunther. I'm going to be direct with you. This is probably going to be the sleeper match of the night for night 1. Instagram and everyone's talking about how clear and good this match can be because obviously Gunther never has a bad match and Seth Rollins is one of the hardest workers in the business. So these two coming together, you cannot expect any less when it comes to the wrestling. And we're not going to get anything wrong from this match, to be all honest with you. These two have not been in a singles match against each other in I don't know how long. Gunther is coming off the most dominant championship run in recent WWE history. Rollins is perhaps the most gifted in-ring performer on the roster when the moment demands it. Here's what you're getting probably from this match. 20 plus minutes maybe of hard-hitting, technically sharp, emotionally driven pro wrestling. What is going on? Give me 1 second. Gunther's chops rolling stomp. A crowd that knows they're watching something special. The personal stakes are legitimate. Gunther publicly humiliated Rollins on the mic for the past couple weeks. That kind of buildup is usually what producers are going to create the best WrestleMania moments out of. So this is probably going to be the sleeper of the night. It's going to be probably one of the best shows behind the main event. Now, I'm more interested in this match at this point than the main event. But what may happen in this match, honestly, I don't think either of them should lose. So I'm just going to say Braun Breaker somehow returns in this match and gives a DQ finish to protect both men. But regardless of the finish, this match will be delivering before that in the ring. This might be the most technically anticipated match out of the whole freaking entire WrestleMania card. So who wins, Rollins or Gunther? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Shout out to Henry comments. I need to fix this comment thing. Congrats on the monetization. Can't wait to see you fully monetized. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. Oh, wait. That's not a good one. All right. I don't know which one to use. All right. We'll do this one. Oh, there you go.
Acknowledge me.
I acknowledge Henry Resilient. Much appreciated, man. Thank you so much. All right. Now, let's go to the main event of this match, which everyone's going to hate no matter what happens at this point, because this match pretty much got this. Destroyed last week thanks to freaking Pat McAfee, or Pat McAfee, as freaking CM Punk has said. Here's the most complicated was on the damn WrestleMania card for both nights at this point is this match right here. Cody versus Orton alone. Could have been alone without that guy in sunglasses in this picture. Please ignore that man. Alone, these two, this match would be off the chart. You have 20 years of experience between these two, 20 years of working together. This is a match all of us wanted for years. This matchup moved more than anything else could have in this card at that point. But for some reason, because tickets weren't selling so well, or whatever, gates weren't crashing hard enough, according to Triple H and TKO, we get Pat McAfee. Has functionally at this point became the third man in the match that we didn't need one. In all honesty, at this point, freaking Pat McAfee has become the actual second man, and freaking Randy Orton is in the back. He's just hanging out in the back. He's just letting Pat and Cody go at it, which is a freaking travesty at this point. We didn't need this guy. Fans, as you know, and I covered it enough, go watch all of these clips. I clip for passion at this point. All of these clips I covered Pat McAfee BS shenanigans and TKO shenanigans. You'll get more this week. Fans are loudly saying the only way to bring this hype back at this point with this BS Pat McAfee move is if Orton turns on McAfee before Saturday, which is not going to happen, guys. You guys are going crazy. This is not going to happen. This is WWE fully going in with this. We're getting this no matter where you like it or not. You're going to be frustrated in Vegas. I feel sorry for anyone who paid the amount of ticket cost for this damn event. I feel bad for you. I truly do. There's also a real frustration in the IWC that Cody has felt like a lame duck champion since finishing his father's story. Like the booking hasn't given him anything new to define his reign. So everyone's pissed at this point. It's like nobody wanted this. All they wanted was Cody and Orton, and we're not even getting that. So now everyone's catching strays no matter what. So what to expect in this damn match? Despite the noise, I'm hoping the in-ring product will deliver. Orton is motivated. Cody's best matches come when the stakes are at its highest. Unfortunately, McAfee adds this stupid wildcard element that could produce maybe a genuine surprise element. I doubt it. It's going to be, I'm telling you, I'm going to laugh if it becomes Travis Scott 2.0 from last year. If Orton turns on McAfee mid-match, maybe they do a double turn during the match and goes full face, the crowd erupts. If McAfee costs Cody the title, night one's going to end in chaos. Either way, this is the main event for a reason, I guess. So it is the highest buzz. I'm not excited for this match. I'd rather go see all the other matches at this point. So at this point, I don't really give a crap, a flying shit at this point about this match. And I don't see Randy winning this anyway, honestly, but the way they already ruined that there might be a match between these three and Jelly Roll being added for Backlash in the next month, it's obviously something's about to happen. This feud continues, but I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Honestly, I don't know, and I'll be honest. So does Orton turn on McAfee during the match? I doubt it, but you guys can let me know in the comments. So thankfully, after all this pain and aggression that I get from this night one, we move on to, thank God, night two. And I don't.
Oh, night two. Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio. The Demon King have arrived. I pick my money to Finn Balor, the Demon King, to see Finn whoop his butt, Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah, there we go. By the way, the first lowest buzz for night two is Finn Balor. Well, I'm sorry, the Demon Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio. By the way, thanks WWE for ruining that. There was a way that you could have done this with not telling us you were going to have Finn Balor do the Demon. Twice now, you have effed that up for us. The first time was at WrestleMania 39. Now you did it again, freaking 4 years later. You not learn from the first time. You could have surprised us. You could have given an actual WrestleMania fucking moment. But you chose to not. You just chose to hurt us more. This could have been a surprise. You could have just sent Finn versus Dom. And then we get shocked by seeing the Demon show up. Wouldn't that be worthy? But I guess you guys don't like viral moments, right? Anyway, honestly, without the Demon, this match is a 4 out of 5 buzz. With the Demon, it would be a 1 out of 5 buzz. With the Demon, it jumps maybe to a nice 2. The Demon persona at WrestleMania has historically produced some of WWE's most visually stunning moments. But it gets ruined when they don't tease it properly. Now, he also has lost with the Demon. He has still not won with the Demon at WrestleMania. So it would be nice for once he wins. But we'll see. Dominic is a good as it gets when it comes to a heel, but needs a visual spectacle to elevate this match beyond mid-card status. So what to expect from this match? A short but impactful match. The Demon paint comes out, the crowd reacts. Dominic gimmick loses, but the image of Demon Balor at WrestleMania will be all over social media Sunday night. So it is a 2 out of 5 buzz. So Finn wins. Simple, clean. It's the way that you do things tonight. You know, that's the way they say it in Kingdom Hearts. Anyway, let's move on with this damn thing. We move on to match 2 of night 2, which is the only women's match in
Jade Cargill versus Bloody Ripley. Of course, I'm gonna pay Bloody Ripley. I like it how WWE turned her when she started first time in WWE to make her face. I'm glad WWE changed it to turn her heel, because before she was in WWE, she was in AEW, and she was heel. I thank God that WWE make her heel.
the whole card for night 2, which is Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley for the women's championship. This is the women's match with probably the highest physical stakes on the entire.
I would give it 5 out of 5.
Women's card. And that's before Ripley ended up in the emergency room a few weeks ago with a right orbital fracture apparently, but she's all clear to go because she showed up all perfectly fine for night SmackDown and Raw this past week. Now let's talk about what the match is beyond this drama. Jade Cargill is one of the most physically gifted athletes on any WWE roster, yet somehow doesn't want to commit to consecutive wrestling, but that's a separate story. Rhea Ripley, on the other hand, is arguably the biggest female star in the wrestling world right now. WrestleMania 42 preview put it perfectly on their website. You can't look at either of these wrestlers and not see a massive star. But it would be nice we get a nicely wrestling match, but we're probably not. So what's to expect if Ripley is still 100%? It's going to be a match of power versus power, mommy charisma against Jade's athleticism. But if Ripley is compromised, expect a shorter, more protected match with a possible intervention storyline along the route. I do expect Rhea Ripley to carry most of this match for both of them. And I hope Jade Cargill follows in line and works with her to make this a decent watch match, but we will see. It's going to be an interesting watch for night 2. So for now, I'll give it a 3 out of 5 buzz, but I'll eat my words when I see how that turns out. Honestly, I don't see Rhea winning this. Jade is going to win this. Rhea was not even supposed to be in this match. Originally, it was supposed to be Jade versus Bianca, but she's injured still. This was the backup plan if Bianca didn't get cleared, which, as you know, didn't happen. But does Rhea gonna win? No. So let's move on to the next match. The next match is Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams for the United States Championship. Here's the most interesting story.
I feel like Trick Random Rock the Tramp. Sammy, I like Sammy a lot, but I feel like he's gonna win it for the USA Championship.
On night 2 that nobody's talking about enough. WWE is reportedly considering apparently a double turn in this story. Maybe they're trying to see if potentially Sammy going full heel while Trick goes full babyface at WrestleMania. Now that's just a freaking rumor, and honestly I think it's a horrible one. I like Trick as a heel. The fans have already turned on Sammy, which is true. Trick Williams has been over and has the charisma to be a top star. I just think he's not a top face, he's a top heel. If this double turn happens in the match at WrestleMania, this becomes one of the most talked about moments of the weekend for the most part. Watch for the crowd psychology throughout the match. You'll probably see how the crowd reacts, and I'm sure these two will react to that crowd and vice versa. So pay attention to the crowd. That's how you'll tell how this might go. If Sammy starts cheating and you see that in the Las Vegas crowd turns hard on him, that's your sign that something may happen. So 3 out of 5 buzz. I think this will be a decent match. I hope the best for Trick Williams, and I hope he wins it. Sammy, full heel turn could be nice, but I don't care. I just want Trick Williams to win. It would have been nice, though, if this became a triple feud with Carmelo in it, but beggars can't be choosers at this point when it comes to the WrestleMania build. Let's move on to the...
So when the Wrestle League contest is over, I'm going back to Scream 2. No, I mean Scream 3, my bad. To finish it off for tonight. So you got JD Madonna, Dragon Lee, Penta, Rey Mysterio, Bruce Lee. It's going to be a ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship.
The next match. This is going to be one of the opener matches, I believe. This is a ladder match for the Intercontinental title between Penta, Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, Javon Evans, Rusev, and JD McDonough. Ladder matches are almost always over-deliver at WrestleMania. The buzz on who wins is all over the place. Javon Evans is getting a loud fan support when it comes to this match because they see him as the breakout star for this match. Fans have wanted Penta as a champion for a while, and now they finally got it. He is one of the most electrifying performers of anyone in the roster. So what to expect at this match? At least 3 moments that break the internet before night 2 is done. If Evans climbs that ladder and wins, his career trajectory changes overnight. Watch this one for the highlights, even if the build left you cold. So just on that alone, give it a 4 out of 5 buzz. I think Penta is going to retain somehow, because let's be honest, like you see anyone else in this group, do you see anyone in this group that deserves to win it at this point? Except maybe Evans. So at that point, I'd rather see Penta continue. He's just had it for a short run. I want Penta to continue having it. So that is that match. Now, let's move on to I think the most anticipated.
Oh, I can't wait for this match. Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi. I feel like Obafemi going to win over Brock Lesnar. That will be a 5 out of 5 match.
Match out of the whole freaking night, and that's Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. This is probably be my most anticipated watch match of the night. Unfortunately, this is going to be in the first hour free on ESPN, so I can expect at this point, because of that announcement, the match is going to be short. But anyway, the wrestling internet is legitimately might be divided on this one, and the division is the buzz. On one side, Brock should retire, should beat Obafemi. WWE's logic gives it to Lesnar. On the other one, though, Oba should destroy Brock in a few minutes and usher a new era of monster dominance. But here's what actually makes this a high buzz. Obafemi is one of the 3 most physically imposing human beings in the wrestling ring right now. Brock Lesnar's last real WrestleMania moment was years ago, but this might be his last hurrah, for all we know. The narrative of the established monster versus the next generation monster writes itself. Now, what to expect with this match? A hard-hitting, physically dominated match. Lesnar will make Oba look credible. That's what Brock does at Mania for many people. The real question is whether WWE has the guts to let the young guy win decisively. If they do, Obafemi becomes a superstar overnight. If they don't, they wasted a WrestleMania slot, to be honest, in my opinion. They should let Obafemi win. It's not a big deal if he wins. So for now, this is a 5 out of 5 buzz. This is the match I want to see for that night. Oba needs to win, in my opinion. Even Lesnar is fully invested in this feud and loves the guy to put him over. You've seen it through the promos and everything. He is all locked in. Should WWE pass the torch to Obafemi at WrestleMania 42 or give Brock Lesnar one more run? Let me know in the comments. The last match in the main event of the whole 2-night card.
Oh, my 2 favorite wrestlers gonna fight. CM Punk and Roman Reigns. Cannot pick. Damn it. Will be a draw for me. But the both good guys, both are really good. But I will get the rating 5 out of 5 match. Watch.
Is CM Punk versus Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. The first time that World Heavyweight Championship is being main evented at night 2, which is amazing. Now, we have the biggest for last, because this is the biggest for many. The World Heavyweight Championship night 2 main event. CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. 2 of the most polarizing, most electrifying figures in modern wrestling right now, colliding at WrestleMania. Here's the real talk. Kevin Nash said he said in a podcast, Punk needs a defining WrestleMania moment to cement his legacy, and that Roman can afford a loss without hurting his tribal chief aura. He said that. The debate in the IWC, though, is loud. Some have said Roman has been carrying the feud on the mic while Punk has been delivered mid-promos. Others say that critique is Roman's fan base working overtime. So what to expect? This match will be an emotional experience first and a WrestleMania match second. Roman Reigns doesn't do quiet WrestleMania moments. He won the Royal Rumble. These guys had an amazing back and forth mic, in my opinion. I think CM Punk carried more than Roman, but that's me. CM Punk's best work comes when his back is against the wall and the crowd is invested. Both will be true on Sunday night when it comes to CM Punk. The prediction that everyone's leaning is Roman, but I think a Punk win here would legitimately be a career-defining WrestleMania moment for him, for CM Punk, who has almost everything except that moment. He has a WrestleMania main event or a WrestleMania main event match in night 1, but he still hasn't had that WrestleMania moment. And this could be it for him. So for that alone, this is a 5 out of 5 buzz. And I truly want CM Punk to win, but knowing WWE wants Roman to win it. So on behalf of both CM Punk fans, I'm sorry. Somehow I feel after that promo that he did on Monday, Rock returns and costs him the title. I wouldn't be surprised. Is night 2 and the end of WrestleMania gonna hurt him? Probably not. I hope this match is good because people need to go home and return to Raw with a shock. We need a shock value, and what is that going to be? And it's definitely not Travis Scott showing up. So it has to be something big. It has to be someone that will ruin it for CM Punk. And I swear to God, if it's Pat McAfee, I'm going to lose it. I would do a live stream just...
No, it's going to be The Rock. Watch. His cousin.
Reacting to that at this point. If that happens, I will crash out in the middle of my freaking computer getting mad about that. So yeah, they need a shock value. So maybe Punk losing it is the way to go, even though he needs a WrestleMania moment. But we will see. So for the final call for everyone in the comments, who walks out of Allegiant Stadium as World Heavyweight Champion on Sunday? Will it be Punk or Roman? Drop your pick on the comments right now. Now, I want to thank everyone for watching this. It was a long road to WrestleMania. We're almost there, just a few days away. It's going to be an interesting one, regardless of what's been happening these past couple of weeks. I hope, regardless of the storyline and whatever BS issues we we dealt with. This card helps us forget all that with good matches. At this point, it's just time to put up or shut up. And that's what's going to happen in these past couple weeks. We have 2 more nights of WrestleMania build-up.
So what do you think about this WrestleMania call matches? Are you going to watch WrestleMania tomorrow and Sunday? Who are you going to pick going to win the championship? Like, comment, share. See you on the next video. Peace. I'm out. And I need to go to the restroom, so I'm going to play a song. And I'll be right back.
And a swirl of colored smoke. From the midst of the morning sun, a shadow breaks the day. A boy with the heart of a frog, leaping into fate. He carries dreams, not just his own, but for every ninja who's ever known. That strength is found in unity, the fire inside the legacy. With every bond they rise above, in every clash they fight for love. Shinobi spirit never fall. Fox and tiger hear the call. Dragon flames and monkey swings, wings of penguins, mighty things. Pandas roar and wisdom rise underneath the stormy skies, against the fangs of evil's bite. Together they ignite the light. Shinobi spirit burns so bright. The snakes deceit coils deep in fear, spreading poison through the years. But blades of truth and hearts so brave cut through the dark to heal and save. They were strangers once from far off lands, now they fight with joined hands. Every scroll, every trial draws them closer every mile. Their shinobi spirits stand as one. The battle's fierce but never done. Villages rise, no one's alone. Together they've made the world their own. When legends clash and darkness nears, their hearts will wipe away the tears. United blades, they shine so bright. Shinobi spirit, fight for life. The bonds we weave become our
This is a song about a sleepy monster.
Look at my little Leo stomping down the hall.
Can I be about an astronaut tonight?
The lights go low, the shadows creep. Midnight's calling, no time for sleep. Posters on the wall, legends come alive. Horror icons walking right by my side. Monsters lurking in the hall. Screams echo, chills down the wall. Face to face with the nightmare dream. Welcome to the midnight summer scream. It's a horror show and we're in the scene. Meeting movie legends, living that scream. Through the scary maze, we laugh and we run. Vendors in the dark, got treasures by the ton. Midnight summer scream, where fear feels like fun. Shake hands with the killer, snap a pic with the ghost. Every boot's a story, what I love the most. Mask, posters, figures, collector's delight. Souvenirs of terror to haunt me tonight. Fog is rolling, the neon bleeds. Fandom feeding our darkest needs. Every jump scare sparks a gleam. Caught inside the midnight summer scream. It's a horror show and we're in the scene. Meeting movie legends, living that scream. Through the scary maze, we laugh and we run. Vendors in the dark, got treasures by the ton. Midnight summer scream, where fear feels like fun. Candles flicker, demons play, but we don't want to run away. In the dark, we're not alone. This convention feels like home. It's a horror show and we're in the scene. Meeting movie legends, living that scream. Through the scary maze, we laugh and we run. Vendors in the dark, got treasures by the ton. Midnight summer scream, where fear feels like fun. So when the night is done and the monsters fade, we'll be back again where the memories are made. Midnight summer scream, forever in our veins. The place where horror always reigns.
HitPaw Edamacore. It is an AI-powered video editor. You can effortlessly create stunning videos in just a few clicks. Say goodbye to complicated setups, and hello to creativity without limits. Advanced timeline editing for precise contro. A rich library of effects and transitions to captivate your audience. Seamless audio mixing to ensure your sound matches your vision. Start your first creativity now.
So turning questions to laughter, Rudy's style brings out the cheer. With skips to less, sharing stories, my guy's voice rings loud and clear. From beach hails to dubbing sessions, youthful energy in each confession. Behind the scenes, the fun unfolds. In Rudy's chat, the truth is told. Oh, believe すでに生まれた少女勇気の弱い場夢は希望心の力負けはしない正義の道を今進むゴリラの力狐の炎ペンギンの速さ風のよう他の爪はピバイの光パンダは誓う正義の守り毒の企み忍び寄る恐れを超えて立ち上がれ七の力なつぶき杉の五心一つになれ月と太陽の下で戦えの里が手を取り合い闇を越えて輝け
Sorry, guys. I was in the restroom a lot. And I get a phone call from my sister, so sorry about that. But let's get to the last movie, Scream 3, and call it a night. I'm back. All right, so I like to share dead meat. So dead meat talk about Scream 3 and for use. The take it away again, James.
Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Janice, and today I'm saying mea culpa, baby, because I'm looking at Scream 3, which has maybe become my favorite Scream sequel. I'm so glad I get to recount this. When I covered the Scream franchise as a snarky 28-year-old, I shat all over this stupid movie. Unlike the first two, though, this movie is not very good. I can't with this, for real. God damn it, this movie is dumb. And that's Scream 3. I'd consider it the embarrassing third child of the Scream franchise, a child so trapped in the shadow of its older siblings that it can't help but just suck a whole lot. Ah, how cynical I was. And the utter comedy that is Scream 3. I guess I'm like David Arquette in a way.
Sometimes I watch Scream 3 and I'm like, God, I don't like it. And sometimes I watch it and I was like, oh, that's really kind of interesting.
Maybe it's because I'm more familiar with filmmaking.
Yeah, I feel like the same thing. Like, I don't like it. Then you watch a couple of years later, go, man, I do like it. The same way I felt.
So the on-set action is interesting to me. Los Angeles also feels like more of a home at this point, and I like seeing a bunch of familiar places. But the Hollywood setting is the perfect escalation.
So basically, Scream 3 was shot in Hollywood.
Of Scream's ever-evolving meta-ness. In the horror franchise that's always been about horror movies themselves, this third installment shows us how one gets made. I love Scream 3. My opinion...
Same here. I think I like Scream 1 and 2 and 3 now.
may have changed, but did the kills? What? No, of course they didn't. But let's get to them anyway.
Apparently you can go from 0 to a complete site in just a single prompt with Wix Harmony. I don't know if this is going to be possible. Or vibe code.
The movie begins in Hollywood. Ooh, looks like the bowls.
Hollywood. That's like in LA area, county. Like when people say, "Oh, where you live at? Where you coming from? California?" Oh, Hollywood, and go, people think about Hollywood. No, like no, I'm not from Hollywood. I'm just County. Like, oh, I want to go to Hollywood. And like, people know us for Californian people. It's Hollywood.
Let now. Cotton Weary has found the fame and fortune he's always dreamed of as host of a daytime talk show. He gets a flirty phone call from a female fan who quickly starts threatening his girlfriend Christine. Sydney Prescott is broken in more ways than one. It explains why she's having nightmares about her mom. Ghost Mama Maureen is actually pretty creepy, walking around spiking the camera and shit. Maureen Prescott's murder was the unseen spark that set off this entire series. Come to think of it, she's basically the Lyanna Stark of Scream. Now she's back in the picture, literally. A photo of her was found at Cotton's murder site. LA detective Mark Kincaid brings the picture to Gal Weathers and asks her for help. She loves shit like this, so she agrees to put a pause on talking to college students and cutting her own hair apparently. Gal's bangs in this movie are infamously bad, and turns out David Arquette suggested Courtney Cox cut them like that to look like Betty Page. Didn't work. Nick Cave and his red right hand give us a visitor's pass to a studio lot, the fictional Sunrise Studios, played by CBS Radford in Studio City. Chelsea worked there for a little while as a PA on Friends with Better Lives. At Sunrise, they're filming Stab 3, Return to Woodsboro, with a way to meet an important character. He and Stab's producer John Milton are upset because the studio doesn't want to make this movie in light of the murders.
Violence in cinema is a big deal right now, Roman.
A rich line coming from Roger Corman, the hugely influential filmmaker whose tastes were often questionable.
By mistake, he actually made a good picture every once in a while.
Early on, he directed A Bucket of Blood, which we've covered on this show. The Real Life studio had similar concerns as these, with most of Scream 3's violence cut down in response to Columbine. You know, back when school shootings were still shocking.
Columbine High School. It happened during Chicago, Colorado. 1999. The date was 4/20. Because I remember that day.
The studio actually demanded the removal of all blood before director Wes Craven intervened. The cast of the movie is also concerned about the production's future. There's Tyson Fox, who plays a Randy Meeks ripoff, and Sarah Darling, who plays a character called Candy. There's also Tom Prince playing Dewey, replacing the previously mentioned David Schwimmer, and Angelina Tyler playing Sydney Prescott, taking over for Tori Spelling, who played Sid in Stabs 1 and 2. This whole premise sets up layers and layers of meta-ness. The thing is, there were 3 different versions of the script to prevent the ending leaking, so they don't know who the next target will be. This mirrors what happened in real life with both Scream 2 and Scream 3. Kevin Williamson had written Screams 1 and 2, but was a little busy when it came time for the threequel. He was still running Dawson's Creek.
Kevin be writing 1 and 2, then he make writing for Dawson's Creek. It's just I forgot what song, if I remember the intro. It's been a while. No, I don't been a while.
Script for The Faculty was being made. He was helping with rewrites on Halloween H2O, and he was busy with Teaching Mrs. Tingle, the one and only film he directed. He had written a treatment for Scream 3, but most of it was scrapped, including the plot that would see Stu Macher return. They even went as far as hiring Matthew Lillard.
I actually was paid to be in Scream 3 and never had a chance to fulfill it.
Williamson's outline involves
Stu Macher should return on Scream 3, but they changed it up due to Columbine High School stuff. Not why.
Stu Macher orchestrating high school killers from prison. And in the wake of Columbine, no one wanted to make a movie about killer teens. Aaron Kruger was hired to write a new screenplay, even though he wasn't familiar with the first 2 films. Kruger, no relation to Fred, wrote under a tight deadline and finished pages right before they were filmed. Wes Craven also had to do rewrites, and just like with Scream 2, they'd sometimes happen on the same day they were shot. Add in the secrecy over the script, and the poor actors had a hard time memorizing their lines.
I don't know what I'm saying anymore, Wes.
This was
How the fuck are we supposed to learn our lines when there's a new script every 15 minutes?
Production officially shuts down between Sarah's murder and Roman being accused of it. The cast holds a wake at Jennifer's house to mourn the deaths of their jobs. Gal snoops around for the inside edition, but she's pinched by Jennifer's bodyguard, Steven Stone. You can't ask for a better bodyguard than
Steven Stone. You know he do? He also a voice actor. Family Guy, Joe, and the Disney of Emperor New Groove, Crunk, and some other movies that I remember.
Patrick Warburton. Just ask Doc Venture, who's somehow still alive. He's a big strong boy. Gal has a sidebar with Dewey, where she shows him the photos of Maureen. He recognizes the background from one of Jennifer's headshots. Is it dumb that they have the chest? The other ladies Disney Channel their heads over the railing and see her body get dragged away.
Hello everyone, today I am testing an interesting tool called Hitem 3D.
Another chase sees Dewey get punched in the face. Oh, fucking twice. And more vase breakage.
Then Dewey get stabbed a lot. Then get punched by Ghostface.
Classic Scream. They always breaking vases, man. Tyson gets stabbed and chased by the face. Oh, you motherfucker! But Tyson's probably dead at this point. But for good measure, Ghostface tosses him out of a window. Jennifer is the next to be targeted and winds up on the other side of some two-way mirrors overlooking a bedroom. Gross implications there. Dewey's unable to shoot out the mirrors in time to save her, so Jennifer is killed from getting stabbed to death by Ghostface. Aw man, I'm real sad she's done in the movie. Ghostface is hella efficient here, because he's already grabbing Gal and tumbling with her down the stairs though. With the other gun we saw her keeping at her home earlier. She uses it to shoot the mother down. Yeah! Oh no, he gone. Kincaid is suddenly here, which is kinda sus, my man, but he proves he's a good guy when he intercepts a Ghostface attack. Ghostface beats him down, then goes after Sid, his fucking clumsy ass. He chases her through a secret bookcase door that leads into John Milton's hidden screening room. Ghostface appears in that Ghost Mom body bag and shows how they survived the gunshots with a bulletproof vest. The tactical Ghostface is revealed to be
Sidney Hasbro.
Who are you?
Roman Bridger, director.
Oh, yeah, that's Roman. The guy introduced with his back to the camera and who wore glasses in every other scene. He's the killer.
And brother.
And brother. Well, half-brother. When she was going by Rena Reynolds, Maureen Prescott was raped right here in John Milton's manor. Roman was born of that rape. And if you think that's bad, things could have been worse. In the original script, where Angelina was the second killer, Roman was sleeping with her to fulfill an incest fantasy. Okay, Angelina would have helped set up Roman's fake-out death, but...
So his Sidney half-brother record Sidney mom and Colin kissing. And next was Billy Loomis' dad.
Weary and Billy Loomis's werewolf-looking dad. He then showed that footage to Billy and used it to make him and Stu murder Maureen. So those two yahoos did do the act itself, but Roman, well...
I'm a director, Sid. I direct.
He directs. This ending, including Roman being Sidney's brother, was purportedly written by an uncredited Lita Kalogridis, who would later go on to write Shutter Island and executive produce Avatar. Holy shit. She was hired by Bob Weinstein after he fired Aaron Kruger. But don't feel bad for Kruger. He'd go on to write The Ring and co-write Top Gun freaking Maverick. Roman has John Milton tied up, probably the best thing he's ever done. Thanks to the voice changer, he has a tape of Sidney's voice saying she's going to kill Milton for what he did to her mom. Aw, baby poopy pants. Sidney really scraps in this one, man. She gets beat up more than ever before, I'm pretty sure. Almost as much as that book beats up Courtney Cox's face as Gal and Dewey try to get through the secret door. Dewey trips the power right as Roman chokes out Sid. Kincaid also shows up to help, but gets bogotted with a chair. The humanity! Roman takes Kincaid's gun and shoots Sidney Prescott. Oh my god, dude, you can't shoot Sidney Prescott. Stop! Thankfully, the shooting doesn't kill her, as she disappears like a ghost face when Roman isn't looking. She gets the jump on him with an ice pick to the back. Once again, that was a real honest-to-God scream. Campbell missed Scott Foley's protective padding and actually stabbed him with the prop ice pick. Sidney reveals her best game strong too, as Roman bleeds out on the floor.
I still got to make my movie.
I still got to make my movie. Ugh, thank you, Sid. I always forget how bad of a ghost face Roman is, but real talk, he's pretty damn bad. Don't hold his hand, Sid. He doesn't deserve that. Since this is Scream, the killer pops up for one last scare. But Dewey fills him full of lead and ultimately kills him with a headshot. And that's how the Roman Empire fell. Great stunt fall there by Brian Avery, Scott Foley's stunt double, and also the movie's Ghostface performer. It's a new dawn at Sidney's home. where Dewey gets Gal a present. It's a ring and a book. She says yes with a kiss. It's nice. And Sydney returns home with her good boy Cherokee. So that's it. Scream 3 was supposed to come out in December 1999, but they reshot the opening scene a bunch of times for various reasons, which pushed the release to February 2000. When they wrapped production, everyone was adamant it'd be the last one.
There's not going to be any more after this.
We don't want there to be a Scream 4 and 5 and 6.
Well, too bad, motherfuckers, because 11 years later, we got ourselves a Scream 4. I'll look at that next week, but until then, I'm James A. Janice. This has been The Kill Count. Thanks a lot for watching this Kill Count recount on Scream.
So you have it here. Scream 3 is over. Like, comment, and share. See you on the next video. Peace. And see you on the next stream that I am going to talk about Scream 4. Scream 4 is one of my top 2 favorite of the Scream movie franchise. And we're going to go rest more. Peace and love. See you in the next video. I'm out. Let me close up with the song.
Some things you don't gotta explain. If you've been through it, if you lived it, if you know, you know, yeah. Started from the bottom where the lights stay low. Dreams in my pocket, but the world said no. Cold nights, grounded, heart full of stone. Built my own lane, now the path is my throne. People talk loud, but they don't really see. Every scar on my soul built the man I be. Pressure makes diamonds, yeah, that's how it goes. Real ones understand, if you know, you know. Late nights, no sleep, chasing that glow. Pain in the past, but the fire still grows. Truth in the struggle, strength in the soul. You don't need words, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Through the fire and the rain we go. If you know, you know. From the shadows to the stage we go. Raise your hands, let the whole world know. Some things only the real ones know. If you know, you know. Yeah, 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 yeah. Walking through storms where the thunder rolls. Life tried to break me, but I kept control. Every closed door turned into a road. Every dark night made the fire explode. Loyalty deep like a code we chose. Fake ones fade when the truth unfolds. We keep it real, that's the life we show. No explanation, if you know, you know. From the pain came power, from the doubt came pride. Every battle fought, every tear we cry. We rise like thunder, hear the crowd explode. This is more than music, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Through the struggle, the legends grow. If you know, you know. Turn the pain into rocket flow. Raise your voice, let the whole world know. Some things only the real ones know. If you know, you know. Yeah, yeah.